Hey guys, Jared here, and I just wanted to give a very quick tip on something that a lot of photographers use. You've probably even used it yourself, and that is gaff tape. Now gaff tape comes in all different types of colors, but I prefer black, which is the normal way that gaff tape has been used in the past. It's used by stage performers and set managers and those types of things because you can hold things down and not have a reflective surface like duct tape on a stage, and that way you can keep cords down on a stage or something like that, and you don't have anything bright and shiny getting in the way. And it also just creates a really nice hold, but also does not create any type of adhesive that gets left on whatever it's being taped. When you have something like duct tape or even something like electrical tape here, and you have it on a surface with a little bit of heat, even if it's just humidity outside, those types of things really help the adhesive come off of the tape and onto the object. And if you're covering, say, a camera or something like that, you don't want this goopy mess all over your camera or equipment. Well, when I'm doing street photography, I like to gaff my cameras. And the reason I gaff my cameras is so that they don't stand out as much. They also help me protect them a good bit, and it also just makes me look a lot less obtrusive. By covering up logos and making the camera look a little more beat up or cheaper, it really helps protect me out on the street, and that way it's not like I'm throwing something up in people's faces. It just seems like something around my neck. People are a lot more apt to leave you alone if it's a piece of junk or in their eyes than it is if it's something very expensive. Pickpockets usually don't target people that look like they don't have money in their pockets. They always target people that they think are going to be easy. That way, if they have to run, they at least know that it was worth it. I think we've all seen videos such as the gentleman in Russia who had a 70-200 around his neck on a really big DSLR body, and there was these 4 pickpockets, and they were pulling stuff out of his bag. They were taking things off of his neck, and they even screwed the 70-200 off of the front of his camera, and they took off with probably $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 worth of gear in less than 30 seconds. So usually when I'm out shooting street, I like to use one camera, one lens, and that way I have a lot less distraction. Most of the time I don't even carry a bag. That way it doesn't even have the illusion of me carrying something else. Anyway, back on topic. Most of what I do is I take the tape and I make sure that I have a good length of it out, and then I use my scissors to cut off pieces that are the exact size that I need to cover the spaces. Now the camera I have in front of me today is the Nikon FG. This is a 35mm camera with a 50mm 1.8E on the front of it, which is the lens that this was actually paired for. This is a really neat little camera from the 80s. Great auto exposure and this wonderful set of lenses. The thing I like about it so much is that it's very, very affordable for anybody that's wanting to get into film. Anyway, the reason I have it out here in front of me today is because I want to put a little bit of gaff tape on it the way I would if I was going out to shoot some street photography. Well, there you have it. Like I mentioned before, this is not the prettiest way to make your camera gear stand out or anything like this. This is really just to take a little bit more attention off of it. And this is a silver camera, so it doesn't really give you the same kind of example, but this is how I would gaff tape this camera for myself. This protects the bottom plate. That way if I set it down, I know that I'm not getting scratched on brick or concrete. It also covers up our name, those types of things. That way I can make sure that everything is good there. It keeps my top plate completely free. That way I can see everything that I need to see. It also keeps everything free within the camera. That way I can make sure that everything is metering correctly and I know everything is going to work. As always, the top prism is usually the most easily recognizable thing when you see a camera body come up to someone's eye. So keeping that somewhere around maybe waist level or something, if you're doing zone focusing or something, everything would be really hard to see. Say you were using a black camera, you could basically just use the gaff tape to cover up all the areas that you think would be very easily noticeable, such as a white logo on a completely black camera. Well, that's all I have for you today. If you'd like to see more of these types of videos, please subscribe to my channel, where I'm going to be talking a lot more about the gear that I use and the work that I make with it. If you'd like to see my photography, you can do so on my website, which is going to be listed in the information below, along with all of my social media contacts, where you can contact me, ask any types of questions, and also just see more of the work that I'm putting out. Thanks so much for watching. JarrettHux.com